Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be reviewing the Lazer CityZen Urban Cycling Helmet. The Lazer CityZen is Lazer's first urban cycling helmet that features their new KinetiCore rotational protection system. It's an affordable helmet that was developed to allow you to commute with confidence. To the packaging, you have a nice environmentally friendly cardboard box, very simple graphics printed directly onto it. We have the medium version in the laurel green. And you can see very nice branding on here with a little extra foam padding to keep the helmet securely in the box. We'll go ahead and take it out and go over the specs. Retail price on this is only $59.99, which is pretty surprising to see. Typically everything's $100 or more these days. It has a 4-star Virginia Tech rating, and it has an integrated KinetiCore rotational protection system, which is this little crumple zone developed directly into the EPS foam. So it's their new design. It looks really cool in person. It has their TurnSys dial system, so it's a fully adjustable cradle with rear mounted dial and this large cutout here. It has 4 vents, so one big U shape in the front to funnel air through, and then these 3 smaller ones on the rear. This is also taillight compatible. You can see this little hole here on the back, which almost looks like a USB port, but it's actually the attachment point for their optional taillight. In terms of what comes with the helmet, obviously you get a couple pamphlets on the inside of the helmet. You get the helmet itself, and then again, a little bit of important information cleverly hidden underneath the bottom of the box. That tells you a little bit more about it, and you can even scan it to go directly to the website. Now let's take a look at the weight of the helmet. Again, this is the medium North America version. So on the scale, it comes in at about 430. So definitely on the heavier side, but consistent with other commuter helmets. The CityZen helmet not only has a clever product name, but it's also a very affordable urban helmet. It's surprising to see such a low-priced helmet from Lazer, despite having the new KinetiCore technology. It has a classic dome-like commuter shape to it. Surprisingly, there is no visor in front. Typically you have a fabric visor or plastic one. Here they've left it off. It really looks like a skateboard helmet with that simple design and the extended rear to protect you from low-speed impacts. It has a one-piece shell that's finished in this matte color. We have the laurel green, which is really attractive finish, especially with the matching green on the Lazer logo, and then that brighter green for the KinetiCore graphic. It's also offered in other color variations. There's 4 other ones: white, black, navy, and gray. So you can choose the one that fits your style. There's 4 strategically placed vents, so this U-shaped in the front, and then 3 other ones on the rear. The rear one almost looks like a taillight insert, but the taillight insert is actually this little rectangular port. It looks like a USB Type-C port, but this is where you plug in the optional rear LED from Lazer. It's a very simple design, and you can see nice crisp lines on the shell, so sharp creases. You have scalloping from the front vents, and then another scallop down the front. So a good looking helmet overall with pretty restrained styling. On the inside, you have these nice bright green pads that are all Velcro attached, so you can easily remove these. A basic plastic buckle, so with the logo on here. Nice soft padding, so you see easy to remove. And then very plush, so it's always nice to see here, especially at the lower price points. You have a wraparound cradle system with a dial. And you can see the dial has this nice cutout, so it's easy to reach. It's not hidden underneath the shell. And then as you tighten in, you can see a loosen or go backward or forward to adjust the fit. It's a really nice design and highly recommended versus the standard just side strap skateboard helmets. You have the side straps in addition to that rear cradle, so this keeps it really secure. And you can see the side straps actually wrap through the edge of the helmet, have this thin webbing and the combined little splitter here that you can move up and down to adjust the fit. What's really cool about this helmet though is the KinetiCore technology. This is a new design from Lazer, and you can see it uses controlled crumple zones, which is what they call it, which uses a little EPS foam. So instead of having a plastic liner that's added after the fact, KinetiCore is actually built in directly into the helmet, and that's one reason why this is more sustainable. You can see it's a quite thick foam on this helmet, which is why it's a little bit heavier than the road cycling helmets, but it looks really cool. So you have all the scalloping in individual pieces, and these will actually crumple if you were in an accident. They don't block any of the vents, even though you don't have that much venting here. And they're very well integrated since they were designed to be here instead of being a MIPS liner, which would just slide around. Now let's take a look at the CityZen helmet on the road. As you can see, it has a nice urban style to it that looks good whether you're commuting or just running errands around town. Lazer offers in quite a few colors too, so you can find the one that matches your bike and kit. Overall, the helmet is very comfortable with minimal venting. We don't recommend it for really hot days or doing longer rides, but if you're commuting or doing early morning rides in the colder weather, it's a great helmet. And with the minimal vents, you also won't get wet. So if you ride in a lot of wet weather, this is a good option. It's very easy to adjust the helmet. The medium size fit very well and it's comparable with all the previous Lazer helmets. Here you can see the optional LED rear taillight. Simply slides in the USB slot, and really nice little accessory. So definitely recommend it if you do some nighttime riding. And overall, the helmet has a sleek style with that one-piece shell. Now let's do a little comparison between the Lazer CityZen and other helmets on the market. We actually have the Lazer Strada here. So this is their mid-level road cycling helmet, and you can see different profile, more thin design with that smooth rear versus the dome-like design of the CityZen. It also has way more venting, 21 versus the 4 on the CityZen. So it keeps you a lot cooler, and that's really important for high intensity riding. So if you're doing faster, longer rides, something like this would probably get pretty warm. But if you're just commuting and you have short stints, this is a better option and more weather protection. So if it's raining, you're gonna get soaked with something like a road cycling helmet, while this one keeps you nice and protected. There are other commuter helmets on the market, such as the Bolle Halo React. This is their top level, eco-friendly design. So you can see the bamboo and the foam, MIPS liner directly built in. And also what I was surprised not to see with the Lazer, a little fabric bill on here. So that protects you from the sun, and it's removable. So if you don't want it, you can take it off. What's cool about the Halo React is it has the integrated LEDs. So on the rear and the front, whereas the Lazer only has the optional rear and not this really cool integrated design. This is almost double the price though. So for the LEDs, you're obviously paying extra. And you can see on the interior, it's a little more crowded with the MIPS liner, but it does have more venting than the CityZen. What's great about the CityZen is you do get that new KinetiCore technology and the kind of sleek design at a much more affordable price point. Now let's go over the pros and cons for the CityZen helmet. What we like about it is that it has a very budget-friendly $60 price point and a clever rear taillight attachment that can be used with the optional universal laser LED taillight. And with KinetiCore, you also have reduced plastic and is built directly into the EPS foam, so it's always great to see some innovation when it comes to helmet safety. Some of the cons for the helmet is the fact that you do have limited venting. With only 4 vents, you're not going to want to wear this on really long or hot days. And we're also surprised to see that it does not include a fabric bill on the front. That's a really nice urban feature that helps keep the sun out of your eyes. And finally, it is on the heavier side in terms of the weight, given the lack of built-in speakers or any LEDs. Taking everything into account, we'd give the helmet a 9.0 out of 10. It's a nice budget urban cycling helmet. Thanks for watching this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can see more content from us on our website at thesweetcyclist.com, as well as follow us on Instagram at thesweetcyclist. This is The Sweet Cyclist reminding you to enjoy the ride.